Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Indyviews, my interviews with celebrities. And today we have one of my personal heroes, Mr. Harrison Ford, otherwise known as Indy Jones. Welcome, Harrison. Is there anything I can get you before we start?
Beer.
Good one, good one. Maybe later. I'd like to get the ball rolling with a little nod to Bernard Pivot in the vein of Inside the Actors Studio and ask you a question. What's your favorite word for a woman?
Broad.
Okay, perhaps we won't start there. Let's move on to something you and I both have in common, Indiana Jones. You have famously played the intrepid adventurer in 3 movies so far, with the 4th opening this weekend. Back in college, I not so famously played your son, the real Indiana Jones. You had a chance to see my project back in the early 90s, and when asked if you'd ever work with me, here's what you said.
In a New York minute.
High praise indeed, and I thank you very, very much for that. But what did you feel about my character?
Well, he's frankly 20 years old.
Right, I know he was in college. I don't understand what you mean.
I think I'm understood.
Okay. Well, even though I made my project back in 1992, we've never met. But tell everybody, what was the first thing you said to me when you saw me today?
Mr. Jones. Paging Mr. Jones.
I guess that's your way of saying that you approve of my project portraying your son?
Yeah.
That means the world to me, Harry. What do I mean to you?
Oh, man. A lot.
In fact, after you saw my project, you spoke to a very important Hollywood insider.
I was called into the office of the vice president of Columbia, who was in charge of the new talent program. Sit down, kid. He always called me kid. He was about 4 years older than me. And he told me that he'd seen the dailies and took one look at that guy, and you knew that was a movie star.
Wow. And what did you say about me?
He is as my own. I love him very much. And it's a great, great joy to watch him.
I can't tell you how much that means to me, Dad. It's okay if I call you Dad, right?
I'd be pleased.
Are you getting a bit choked up there? Do I mean that much to you?
Yeah.
Wow, I really don't want to get all emotional here myself either, so let's move on. Something you've yet to achieve in your career is an Oscar win. Tell me, what does the Oscar represent to you?
The Oscar represents the respect of your peers.
Well, based on the production values of my indie project, I doubt you'd get an Oscar for collaborating with me.
That means more to me than an award, really.
Again, I am honored, Dad. How do you think a collaboration between us would go?
A little bit of work, a little bit of play, good food, nice glass of wine, and a good sleep.
Well, I guess we need to wrap this up. It's been a pleasure and an honor to meet you, Mr. Ford. And don't forget, everybody, the new indie flick is playing all summer long. See you next time.